Learning to read is like playing basketball. When you're having fun, it's easy. It's the whole premise behind Kids Poetry Basketball. Clement Mallory is the founder and executive director of Kids Poetry Basketball. So how does this work?
Well, Kids Poetry Basketball is a literacy program for kids ages 4 to 13, and we teach kids how to read, to spell, and identify poetry words while playing basketball.
Yeah, you gotta explain. How does this actually happen?
So the kids are engaged in a number of activities. We actually have over 26 activities we engage the kids in. We basically encourage the kids to make words when they make baskets. So when they make a basket, for instance, if you see the words here rhyme, those letters are turned around, and when the child makes a basket, a letter is turned around to spell out that word, and the first team to win the poetry, to spell the word wins the game.
And so does it work? Are kids learning to read? Are they having a better appreciation for words and reading and poetry?
Indeed, it's kinesthetic learning. It's involving the kids in critical thinking skills as well as movement. So we all grasp things better when we are moving and learning at the same time.
Oh, and they're having so much fun. And so are you, I can tell.
Oh, God goodness.
What do you like about poetry basketball?
I like that you can play poetry and basketball at the same time, which is very fun.
I noticed you said play poetry. A lot of kids wouldn't think of poetry as fun or anything that you actually play. Is it fun?
Yes,
Why?
because you can learn all kinds of things.
What do you like about poetry basketball?
Well, I like that it's not just basketball, but we also get to do poetry and we learn different stuff.
And did it make learning a little bit more fun?
Yes, it did.
Where are you doing this?
We are particularly, right now, we are at Moorhead Elementary for their Arts in Action Day. We work with communities and schools at 4 different elementary schools: Archer, Rankin, Bessemer, and Wiley Elementary.
And so kids are actually growing. I mean, are you seeing change in the kids that you've had for some time?
Yes, 100%. In particular, the programs at the 4 elementary schools we host the program at through communities and schools. We engage the kids in a 6 to 8 week program, and they are given worksheets so that way we can measure the success. As fun as Kids Poetry Basketball is, we still have to make sure they are learning.
And so why did you want to do this? Where did this start for you?
It started as a child in Brooklyn, being very, having the challenge to pronounce words myself, and it's my way of giving back. I remember growing up in group homes, and counselors, nuns instructed me on how to read, and I'm basically giving that right back to the community, actually. So I had a problem with pronouncing words and reading, and because I'm a poet and I love basketball, I married them two to pretty much give back to the community.
How many times have you been learning about poetry and playing basketball at the same time?
I don't know. I don't think I ever had.
How fun is that?
It's really fun.
Have you ever played basketball and done poetry at the same time before today?
No.
Do you think you might try it again?
Yes.
Super fun, right?
Uh-huh.
And what brought you to Greensboro?
Wanting to leave New York, but I love it here. I love it. I needed the change of scenery, actually, and it's been great. And we named Greensboro has been so wonderful to us that we entitled Kids Poetry Basketball Greensboro's Great Idea for Literacy.
Love it. Love it. And when you see these kids, you've been where they are and trying to learn to read, trying to grow up in tough times, a lot of them. And what does it mean to you to see them learning and having fun at the same time and loving learning?
Right, and that's the whole premise of Kids Poetry Basketball, to have kids look at reading in a more fun way. It's joyful, actually. It's a blessing to see them having fun and learning and really soaking in the information like SpongeBob.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
The winner, of course, the kids. And not only because they learn to read by playing basketball, but they learn to love reading and love basketball too. It's all part of the game. Find out more about poetry basketball and get involved by going to kidspoetrybasketball.com.
1, 2, 3.